Hi all, welcome to my channel. I'm Mark, this is Mark's Mods, and today is Spitfire Thursdays. So we've got issue 57 of Build the Spitfire, and we're going to be assembling the motor and gear housing for the wing flaps in this issue. So lots of fiddly parts, lots of fiddly cogs, and quite a bit to do really in this issue. So I'm really eager to get started on this one. So with all that said, let's get modelling. Okay, so we'll get started. So what we need is the gear motor that we had in the last issue, and we need this, calling it a motor drive cog, but this needs to go in to the motor just like that. Now it doesn't say, it's very loose to be honest with you. Yeah, that's very loose. Yeah, I'll have to keep an eye on that one, but that's what we've got to start off with first of all. Okay, so moving on. Next what we need is this part here, and we need to put this into here. I think it's going to, right, it's going to seat itself in there, I think. Okay, it's just like that, so right, so there is no need to glue that in. Okay, and then we need to put it, screw it in with two 1.7 times 4mm PB screws. So get my screwdriver. These are the black screws because we're going into plastic. I'm very tempted to glue that cog in. I'm wondering if it's going to be an issue, but it hasn't said for us to glue it in. I'm going to need my other screwdriver, I think. So we'll see what happens. Right, making sure it's lined up. Right, screwed all the way down, and then we'll do the other side. A lot more to do than just putting a label on a cable. Okay, that's nice and secure in. It does move sort of, but I think it's meant to be like that. Okay, so we've done that stage now. What we need to do next is just put that to one side because we need to bring over the gear housing, and it's asking us to put this next cog in place. Now it's got a little bit of a notch on it. If I turn to the other camera, here you can see it's got a little bit of a notch on it. It wants us to put this in place, but with the notch down fully like that. You can see that. There we go, that notch has got to be seated like that. Okay. Right, the next part we need is this part here, and this is going to be going on just up there. Just like that. Let's switch back to overhead. There we go, so we've got that in place. And then next we need the pin that we got in with the screws, and we need to put the pin through the hole just like so. Okay, so right, so the next bit we need this sort of bit of string. Now we need to make sure we get the center point on, so what I've done is I put mine in a clamp so the center point would be visible. Okay, now it's coming out the notches at the side because that's what it's asking us to do next. So that's now in place. Oh no, that's come out again. Okay, so we've done that. We next get this part here. This is part of the gear housing, and we're going to put that on top just like that. I don't think it matters really how it goes in. Okay, but we need to screw that in with some PB 1.7 times 4mm screws, and there's 4 of them to put in. That's the first one. That's the second, just 2 more to bring it in. It's very similar, this, to the landing gear where they did that. Okay, that's now all in place. Just making sure that the screws are tight, but don't over tighten them. Okay, so we've done that stage. Next, what we need to do is we need to bring over the motor and place this on top, and we need to make sure that pin, I'll show you on a side camera, we need to make sure the pin is fitted nice and neatly in there, which it is. Okay, then now all we need to do is we need to screw it in with, again, PB 1.7 times 4mm. That's the first one, and then we'll get the second. And that's the second one in place. Okay, now next what we need this LED, and guess what, we've got a label, and we need to put the label on the cable. So we'll do that. At least it's not just giving us a cable and a label, I suppose. Okay, that's now on there. And what we need to do next is we need to bring over the aircraft. So bringing the aircraft over, because we've got this hole here and we need to put in this lens. This is for the Morse light. That's now in place. Then we need to push the LED cable, just making sure it's right. We need to push the LED cable into place. Just to make sure that's in place properly, I'm just going to get a flat-headed screwdriver. Yeah, that's what I'm worried about, it doing that. So let me just, because it's tightly compacted between the two, it's a very loose fit, it doesn't push in. So, okay. Right, so I think I know why now. That's because I'm jumping ahead of myself. We need to put the motor gearbox in, and then apparently it's going to grip that cable like so, and that cable's then locked in place. You see, I'm getting ahead of myself, that's the problem. Okay, and then we need to screw this in place with 2 times 4mm PM screws. Now I know this is going into metal because these screws are silver. Right, so let's get these screws in. It's gone in nicely, no need for 3-in-1 oil with these. I'm just making sure I don't trap the cord as well as I'm screwing them down. I need to re-magnetise my screwdrivers. Right. Just check if that cord's not caught. Nope, that moves nice and freely. And that's it for this issue. Wow. So yeah, we've put the motor in to that gear section, and yeah, looks really good. So, and we've got the Morse code lighting, so that's fantastic as well. So yeah, looks really good. Tell you what, I'll quickly go grab the battery box and I'll be right back with you. Okay, I'm back. Let's test that Morse light. So let's get the battery pack that way. I'm going to plug in the Morse light that way. So I'm just going to, because I don't like connecting it fully up, so I'm just going to turn the overhead light on and we'll see if it lights up. Might be quite hard to see. And as you can see there, we've got that red-orange glow, so we know that light LED is working. Wow, okay, so I'll turn my light back on. It's nice to test things. I did actually test the motor before I started the build, and I do know that motor works, so everything's good. I love it when they send you a test board, but I'd love it if they sent a circuit board and we can start plugging some of these wires in, but I don't know when that's going to be. But that is issue 57 complete. Well, that's it for Spitfire Thursdays, guys. Thanks for tuning in. I still haven't received any Terminator yet, so it could be now another couple of weeks without Terminator on the schedule. Nothing I can do about it. Apparently it's affected the deliveries. I know it was out, somebody was saying it was out in the shops yesterday, but I don't know if that's actually, it was out in the shops yesterday. But so fingers crossed that the subscribers will get their issues and we can finally finish off the Terminator as well, because that is nearing its end. It's 120 issues, so we've got about 14 issues to go. Anyway, if you like this video, please give it a massive thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button and you can hit that notification bell and be notified of any future videos. But as for always, guys, stay safe and bye for now. I'd just like to give a shout out to all my patrons that help and support the channel. Please check out their channels on YouTube as well, and thank you very much for watching.